All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutation to those who elect. Now, I wanted to go over a quick verse in Psalms 3, because the elder had challenged us to read a chapter out of Psalms, and I just felt, this verse was edifying. Now, I want Psalms 3 in the third verse, but I'm going to start at the top and read down so we get the context. So it says, verse 1, Psalm 31, a psalm of David when he fled from Absalom, his son. And Absalom was, like I said, his son who was trying to basically overtake the throne. So David and some of his people, they fled. So it says, Lord, how are they increased that trouble me? Many are they that rise up against me. Many there be which say of my soul, there is no help for him in the Most High. Salah. So David had enemies, as we said, he was on the run, all right, from his own son, because his son had won over the hearts, won over the minds of a lot of the people. So it says, so David had enemies, and that's when you read the different scriptures, David, this account and Saul and other accounts, King David was on the run a lot, and he was constantly fighting in that war. That's what a lot of you so-called Christians don't understand. That when David was speaking of deliver me, his life was actually on the line, Yeah, y'all got to keep that in mind when we read these different scriptures and how that applies to us today, because we're behind enemy lines. The scriptures say, I hate all those that hate thee. So it's okay to hate, and this book isn't written for everybody. All right? He had enemies for a reason, and the Lord wasn't with his enemies, just like he's not with those same enemies today. All right, starting with the Edomites, which are majority of you so-called white people. I'm going to keep reading. It says, verse 3, but thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory in the lifter up of mine head. I wanted to, I like that verse 3, because it said, but thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory in the lifter up of mine head. But it said my glory, meaning essentially our pride, because you can have pride. It's just about what you have pride in. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get the definition really fast, because you can have pride. You just don't want to have pride, in yourself. But there's nothing wrong with having pride in the Lord. It says pride, the etymology, it says the Middle English pred from the Old English prito. It says unreasonable self-esteem, especially as one of the deadly sins. Haughtiness, overbearing treatment of others. Love or display. It says haughtiness. In Middle English, sometimes also positive, it says proper pride. Right, like I said, proper pride. So this is the proper pride we're talking about, Now the other pride was what it said, the unreasonable self-esteem, overbearing treatment of others. All right, haughtiness. That's when people lift, themselves up on a pedestal. They have pride in themselves and everything they've done, So but the right, like I said, you can have proper pride. And that's what it says, personal honor, good repute, say reputation. It says exalted position, splendor. It says also prowess or spirit in an animal. But the point in that would be good reputation, exalted position. We know Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, they're at the top. All right, they're the only guys that truly exist. The top two, beings in existence, man, is the Most High Yahweh and his son Yahushai. So you can take pride, in believing on the Lord, and fearing the Lord and hoping that the Lord is going to deliver you. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, because, are they not of a good reputation? Exalted position, says splendor. So there's nothing wrong with having pride, in the Most High and the Son. Now, verse 3, I'm going to go, it said, my glory, right? Now, you know that word glory, it says kabawad, and this is a glory, honor, the riches, the honor, splendid, glory, dignity, reputation, it says honor, reverence, glory, so the Lord is our glory. It says, in other words, our dignity, reputation, because we bear the name of the Lord, so that comes with, how you act and move. It says, from the Strong's definition, kabod, it says properly weigh, but then that goes into honor. But I'm going to keep reading, and it says, in the lifter up of mine head. In the lifter up of mine head, essentially, while I was reading the article on that, and I'm going to read a little bit really fast. It says, and the lifter up of my head, the head in time of trouble and sorrow is naturally bowed down as if overpowered with the weight of affliction. It says, see Psalms 35 and 14. Because, it's good that, different, these different Bible websites and stuff, they got good information when it comes to, the advice and different things like that the scriptures give. Psalms 35 and 14 says, I behave myself as though he had been my friend or brother. I bow down heavily as one that mourneth for his mother. So, that head bowed down represents, essentially grief, being in the lowest state. Like I said, overpowered with the weight of affliction. That's when the scriptures say, let not thy sins weigh thee down, So it says, Psalms 38 and 6, I am bowed down greatly. I go mourning all the day. So it says to lift up the head, therefore, or to raise one up is to relieve his distress or to take away his troubles. Right? Such a helper, David says he had always found God to be, and he looks to him as one who is able to help him. That is, he feels that God can so entirely take away his present griefs as to reinstate him in his former happy and honorable condition. So he lifts up our head, meaning he relieves, like I said, he relieves our stress. He takes away our burden. That's how the scriptures say, cast. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Cast your burden on the Lord. If I'm thinking of, if that's how the scripture's worded. So give me one moment. Oh, Psalms 55. Okay, yeah, Psalms 55 and 22. It says, cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. All right. So it's cast thy burden on the Lord. Now that word for burden, it says Yahub. It says burden lot, that which is given, or your burden, what is given, your lot. So in our walk in this truth, we all got our own lot, and that comes with different burdens that we got to bear. But you got to cast those burdens on the Lord, meaning at the end of the day, it's a fight, but you got to put your hope and your all your might in the Lord's name, and cast your burden on him, meaning rely on him, understand that he is actually dealing with us, as the hopeful elect, so you got to pray to the Lord. All right. So I'm going to read verse 3 again. It says, but thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory in the lifter up of mine head. So, whenever you're going through something, you got to revert back to scriptures like these. The Lord will always lift up our head. We're always going to have our pride and dignity in the Lord, no matter how low you may be in this life, financially or physically. It's about your spirit. and if you're in good grace with the Lord, and if you're in good grace with the Lord, then this present life and anything having to do with it, it doesn't mean anything. The Lord could care less about that. He's looking for the ones that believe. All right. And we're all going to be, at the end of the day, like the apostles been going into, we're all going to get those immortal bodies anyway. All right. So I believe I have one more scripture. Let's see. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 1:31, it says that, I'm going to start at 29, it says that no flesh should glory in his presence, but of him are ye in Hamashiach Yahushai, who of the Most High is made unto us wisdom and righteousness and sanctification and redemption, and all those things come through Yahushai. So that's why we need Yahushai. It says that according as it is written, he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord. So, hey, if we take pride in anything, we take glory in anything, it's all in the Lord's name. Everything we do, it should be, to the glory of the Lord. But that's why a lot of these Jake out here are bugged out, and are going to receive judgment, man, because they're not giving thanks to the Lord. Whenever these different celebrities and whatnot, want to thank God, they're not talking about the Most High. So you always got to give reverence, and respect to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. But with that, in the other transliterations, this verse says, he that boasteth, let him boast in the Lord. So that too. But hey, so with that, Lord's willing, this was edifying, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kakadash. All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect.